Good evening. Tonight we have an amazing story with an awesome guest. Kevin Nelson of Zelf Audio, not too long ago, was living on the streets of San Diego, and he has since been featured in all sorts of tech magazines, expos in Vegas. He has an amazing story, so stay tuned. We'll talk with him in just a moment. Hi, welcome to the Small Businesses Do It Better show. This is episode 37, and I am your host, Carissa Dunphy. I want to first start out by mentioning our sponsors, which is Ovaleye, where we empower your home office lifestyle through web hosting, cloud services, and domain names. Visit ovaleye.com to work with us today. And, okay, so super exciting. Last week was the first episode of our newly designed show, and we're now featuring products. So this week's product is very cool. It's fun too. This is Fuzzy Cover. They are fuzzy covers, hence the name, for your notebooks. I had to trim it a little bit because my notebook is small, but these are really cool. First of all, I want to start out by talking about the packaging. Joseph Colbert is the fuzzy cover man. You can visit him at fuzzycover.com. So he sent me my fuzzy cover in this nice envelope. I want to note these happy little smiley faces he put on here. Okay, so nice packaging, nice return label. It's not handwritten, very nice professional labels. Each fuzzy cover is individually wrapped. Look at this sock monkey. Isn't he cute? I love these ones. I like the zebra one. I'll probably put this on one of my son's notebooks. But I can have the inner kid come out with these fuzzy covers. And then with the covers, stickers with a QR code, which is a very good idea. And also, he also put his business cards in there, but he also has these little social media cards. If you can see him, it's got his logo on them, very tiny. Facebook.com/fuzzycover. That's pretty cool. I like these. And there's a bunch of them too, so you can hand them out. And
it comes with every one.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like these little things that he put in there. So a couple things I want to talk about fuzzy covers, because I talked to him about all the different they're pretty self-explanatory what they do. You stick them on a book or something, but they have a lot of benefits to them. He said parents love these because they get their kids interested in their books. It makes their books more exciting. So they want to use their books and their notebooks more often. I got fuzzy cover stickers falling out everywhere. Another thing that they do is they're also inexpensive, so teachers get them as kind of like rewards or gifts or whatever for the kids, as prizes for contests or whatever. And because they're not terribly expensive, you know, once you run out of your book, you can just get another one and put it on another book. So it's not like, you know, you're out a lot or whatever, but I like them. They're really thick. They're like that 3M foam stuff behind the fuzz and in between the stick. So they're kind of cushy too. Makes you feel like you're petting a zebra. Or a monkey. Okay, so say hi to Joseph. If you guys are in the chat, go ahead and ask me any questions you have about the products or to the guests that we're about to introduce. But go to fuzzycover.com to get your fuzzy cover. Great idea for stocking stuffers. We're getting to the holiday season. If you're a teacher, go to Fuzzy Cover, get them for your kids in your class. You know what? You don't even have to be a teacher. You can get them for someone else that's older too, because they're fun. Yay! Okay, so one quick thing I also want to do, if you are on our website, which you are now watching the show, or if you come later, right beneath the live stream, or on the sidebar if you're on another page, there's a vote for Small Businesses Do It Better in the Startup Nation home-based 100 competition. If you could just click that really quick and vote for me, I would really appreciate it. You don't have to give your email address. You don't have to register. You just click a vote and that's it. You're done. They're not going to send you any emails or anything like that. Just go ahead and do that while you're here, but don't leave, or you can wait till the show's over. Okay, so without further ado, I want to welcome Kevin Nelson, who is the owner, founder, creator, inventor of Zelf audio loudspeakers. So let's welcome Kevin. Hi, Kevin. How are you tonight?
Good. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks so much for joining us live on our show.
Thanks for having me on. I voted for you, too.
Oh, thank you. You have quite a remarkable story, and I've been talking to you for quite some months, so I kind of know a little bit more probably than the average person, but can you kind of share a little bit of your background about yourself and your story, and then how your business came to be?
Sure. My name's Kevin Nelson. I am the founder and designer of Zelf audio loudspeakers. I got the speaker bug years ago in high school when my mom bought an organ, and I wanted to know why it was making that noise. So, yeah, she went to work one day, and I tore it apart, and I'm still grounded. So that's pretty much how everything got started.
That's an interesting startup story. And how old were you? You said high school?
About 15, 16 years old.
Did she make you put it back together, or what'd you do with it?
No, she called a technician out. The technician come out and looked at it and found out that I took the woofers and tweeters and everything out of it.
And so, did you use those and apply it toward a speaker, or what'd you do with all those?
Yeah. I got some wood, built a cabinet, and went from there.
I like that story.
It's been a passion ever since. So.
Very cool. And so tell us a little bit about your background, because you were written in several articles that I've seen online about how you went from living on the streets to being in Vegas at the Consumer Electronics Show. So tell us how that kind of started and happened, and then how everything else kind of evolved from there.
Yeah, things got bad, and I ended up on the streets, and it got real bad. So I decided that was it. I was going to make as much noise as I could, try and get these speakers going. So I just started putting it out there. I saw, I'd go online at the library, and I'd see CNET. Then I sent them, told them my story, what was going on. Next thing I know, I got an article through them. Then we had a CVS down the street in San Diego where I was staying. And I just went up there one Sunday morning, held up the article, beating on the window, and they told me to come back tomorrow on a Monday. So I went back there Monday, and next thing you know, I'm on TV doing something on the news. After that, CES show got wind of it, and they emailed me and said, "We'd like to invite you to the show." Well, this is just after the newscasting, so I thought it was just a joke at first. But it wasn't, and I ended up at the biggest show in the world for audio.
That's amazing. So you literally just walked up to them, told them, and asked them, basically. Nothing crazy. You didn't do any fancy tricks or have to know somebody. You just went there and told them your story.
Yeah. I was disgusted. I was tired of being on the streets. It's no joke out there. And I had a great article from CNET, so I just went up to the window and I beat on the window. They read it, and they got a hold of someone that wanted to do a story on me, and it went from there.
That's amazing. It just goes to show what you can get just by asking.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are just so intimidated or nervous or scared that they don't even take that step to go ask the person, but you have to start somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be intimidated. You got to put it out there if you're going to go into something.
That's amazing.
No fear, basically. Yeah.
So, as you were, I get asked this a lot, how you start and where you go, but as you were starting, getting off the streets, starting to build some speakers, building your website, all that stuff, how did you decide what to prioritize with, what to start with? Like, you have a patent, you have all these different elements. Where did you start, and how did you decide what to start with and what to do next?
The big thing, every morning I'd get up and I'd go up, I'd take a 2.5-hour ride up to Oceanside, go to their library. You'd get about 2.5 hours on on the computers. And that's what I did. I just started putting it out there. I met somebody out there that they're with a law firm, a huge law firm, and told them what was going on. And the next thing you know, they're hooking me up with everything with the patent and trademark offices, pro bono. So, you know, that's what you got to do. I didn't have any money. I was donating plasma, just fighting like crazy to get these things going. So
once again, you just asked. You found the right person to talk to, and you asked. That's
it. Yeah, closed mouth won't get fed. So just, you know, if you're gonna do it, get it out there. So,
wow.
But yeah, going to the show was awesome. It gave me a chance to really see what the speakers were all about, because I was up there with the biggest guys in the world.
So I kind of already touched on this, but how did anything snowball once you got that local TV thing? You were in TechCrunch, CNET.
Right.
Did you just go to them and ask also, or did that come from some other interview?
No, I put it out there. I just kept putting it out there. The CES show, they did a article with Fry's Electronics. So I got on once I saw that, I got it, and then I got in the magazine myself. But I emailed Randy Fry, and I told him, hey, we're both in the same magazine. What do I need to do to get these in your store and stuff like that? And it just kept escalating. So I ended up with a contract with their store, but I was still out in the street, so I just wasn't able to fulfill it.
That's amazing. So since all this, and I guess since the beginning, you're looking for investors to help get your product manufactured, right?
Right, yeah. I got off the streets. I'm here in Tulsa now. I left San Diego. I'm here in Tulsa. This is a great city. I'm off the streets. Okay. This is my apartment here with help from the VA, Tulsa VA. And that's it. It's time to turn it up and get it going now.
Well, you have quite a few things under your belt. You set the bar pretty high for yourself.
I did.
But that's good. Sometimes you need to get to where you need to go. So you're still looking for investors. Tell me, share with everybody what you've learned when searching for an investor, because you've learned quite a bit.
I had a lot of people come to me, a lot of people that wanted to invest. Knowing that I was on the streets, that was one of the biggest problems. They thought they could, I hate to throw it out there, but they thought they could get over. And I've got certificates with the Patent and Trademark Office, and it just wasn't going to happen. And that's how I found out about you, was through the Shark Tank and everything else. And that's what I'm looking for. Somebody that's not going to play any games. Put it on the table and let's get it done.
Yes. So my question just totally left my brain. Maybe it'll come right back to me. What has been the hardest lesson that you've learned thus far from start until today?
Oh boy. Getting accepted in this industry. The speaker industry is huge. A lot of speakers out there. That was the toughest thing, is to get recognized with the industry.
And at CES, you said your speakers were up next to everyone else's speakers. I'm not a super expert on speakers. I know, when they sound good and whatnot. So tell us a little bit about your speakers and what sets them apart.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, for years I've been watching speaker companies, and I just got tired of the same thing. Your right and left speaker cabinet, and then the 5-in-1, 6-in-1, 7-in-1s, where you have speakers all over your house, wires running everywhere. So can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain without a picture. So one cabinet gives you a full dimensional stereo sound. There's actually a right and a left channel in each cabinet. Okay, so just one you can put in your office, and they fill the whole room. Now, another way you can hook them up is you'll have the right and left cabinet, but you'll have a right channel here. Oops, let me get them up here where you can see them. The left channel here, and this will be a left channel and a right channel, which is cross-fire imaging. And what that does, it just opens up a sound stage, just like you're right there at the concert. And if you're a diehard audiophile and you're still stuck on, you really like the true stereo way, then you can actually hook these up as a right or just a left channel. So there's 3 different ways you can hook them up.
Very cool. And one of the reviews, when I first talked to you, I mean, I know in my house, I'm not the audio person, but I know we have a lot of speakers. And you have to lay your room out based upon the speakers, and you have to plan accordingly, distances and widths and all that stuff. So this seems like it kills a lot of birds with one speaker box.
Yeah, it does. They're dimensional and directional. So what it does is you have the directional coming out to you, but I have the mid-ranges to the inside. So you'll have your center speaker when you're using a 5-in-1 like you have or whatever, more than 2 speakers, speaker right there in the middle. Well, you can get rid of that because it just sets up an incredible sound stage. Oop, looks like I froze up there for a second. Okay. But it sets up an incredible sound stage because they're dimensional. They also come up and over you. So it just goes out and around and up and over you. It's just,
Gotcha.
They're unbelievable.
And I have to say, it's a sexy looking speaker.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
And we keep showing the picture of I'm not sure what color it is, but they come in multiple colors, and they're all on his website, different wood finishes.
Right.
But one of the reviews I read online about your speakers was that whoever it was that reviewed it was comparing it to the top names, like Polk and Bose and whoever. But they said basically this one is a little bit better of a quality for way less money.
Right. I've been compared to $20,000, $30,000 speakers. What he did was he compared them to planers. Planers are thin but very wide speakers, and they're great for imaging, but they're huge. And that's what I did. I just wanted something that would fill the entire room. But he quoted it as Zelf is like facing a sound, a wall of sound, being consumed by it. So that was a great review. I
wish we could have a mobile episode and we could go there and just get our hair blown by the speakers. Yeah, they put it out. What's real good, nice about them is that low volume, they don't fall off, meaning they still hold bass. Very important. I think he froze. Okay, there he is. Speakers, you go low volume, still there. They're freezing, and they're crystal clear. They're a great little speaker. Awesome. Well, maybe next time you come in this area for a show, I'll have to meet up with you just to hear these, because my husband's a speaker guy, and he was quite impressed by the speakers. He's not easily impressed.
How tall are they?
How tall are the speakers? The producer wants to know.
Sure, 36 inches high,
36,
10.5 inches wide, and 11 3/4 inches deep.
So not enormous. I mean, you think something of that quality would almost be, the size of a love seat or something.
There's 4 sizes in all. There's going to be there's going to be a 22-inch, the 36-inch you're looking at. There's a 45, and then there's a DLX7. And all the first 3, they have 4 drivers per cabinet. The DLX7 has 7 drivers per cabinet. It's a big speaker.
And what about cars?
I've never even thought about getting into cars.
No?
I'm having enough trouble with these.
There's always the option. You start with the hard one.
Yet. Maybe someday. Maybe someday.
Maybe. Okay, so another thing you mentioned to me in an email was we're not sure of the legitimacy or who it was or the authenticity of it, but you emailed President Obama and got a response.
Yeah, I sent him a letter saying, hey, you're talking about homeless veterans and everything else like that. And kind of told him, hey, by the way, you could use some of these speakers in the White House there, bud. I did get a response back, and he was talking about, I don't know if it was him or not, but they were talking about what they were going to do for the homeless vets and everything out there. So.
You also emailed a shark, Damon John, and got a response.
Did. yeah, I told him to join us tonight. Hopefully he's out there. Got a response back. Thanks for that.
So Damon,
Well,
if you're watching, hi, and we love watching you on the show. So you're just amazing me, and the fact that you want something, you know what you want, you ask for it, and most of the time it seems like you get it, and these people answer you and they acknowledge you. And it's just remarkable that you just go and do it. There's no crap in the way, or I don't even know how to word it. I'm just amazed that you're just going straight to the point and just getting it done. You're just getting it done.
There's a lot of crap in the way, but yeah, I've had a lot of doors slammed in my face, and when you slam the door in my face, I'm coming through your window or going through your back door. I'm gonna find a way to get a hold of you somehow. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, then you move on. But yeah, be real persistent about it. Get it out there. Tell them what you want.
That's remarkable. I just am at a loss for words. That's amazing to me. I think a lot of people out there, they don't even take the step to go ask because they're like, oh, well, it might not be the right person, or they might say no, or they might, reply with this, and then I'll feel like an idiot or whatever. But, if you don't ever do it, then you're never going to know, and you're never going to get that.
Yeah, I've been attacked where things didn't work out right, and it's embarrassing, but, who cares? If you want it bad enough, you'll do it.
Yeah, just get the embarrassment over. Just go ahead and do it. It's not like you're living with this person and you have to see them every day after that.
Well, the thing is, you don't know who's out there watching. You don't know who's out there reading. I'm in a magazine, and they found out about me from Australia. It's called Connected Home.
Wow.
Did an article, and that's all the way over in Australia. So.
Well, it sounds like the audio industry is really supportive in finding, quality talent and really helping people.
It's coming back. The economy's kind of bad right now, but it'll change. It's coming back. People are wanting something different. Here it is. I've got it. So, and
awesome.
Proved that at the CES show. My next door neighbor was Macintosh. So I'm up there with the biggest people in the industry, and it was great.
Amazing. That's remarkable. I cannot wait to follow you and see where you take this. I'm amazed. You need to write a book or something of your experiences and how to get answers and how to get to certain people, because people don't even think the same way that you do to get to that person.
Pretty much learned it on the street. It was street survival.
A lot of time to think, and you heard and saw everything, I imagine.
Saw some things that I wouldn't even about. Yeah. So you just no fear. Just no fear. If you're going to do it, do it. If you believe in it, get out there, make sure it works, make sure it's right, and go for it.
That's a great piece of advice. I want to thank you so much for joining us, but before you go, I want to have you tell us where we can find you online and or get your speakers or find more about them.
Yeah, just getting started again. Like I say, just get off the street. The best way, I'm going to talk to Kathy actually about getting the website. I'm trying to find the person that did it. So I got to do it. The best way to get a hold of me now is just zelfaudio@aol.com.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be the best way.
And you have a Facebook page too, which has photos of where you've been and all sorts of stuff if you want to get social with Kevin.
Kevin Nelson. I do have pictures there of when we were at the show. You can see the speakers and just the stereo sitting there. It wasn't too impressive until I turned them on, but yeah, everything's on there.
Amazing story. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight and sharing that information. I know it's quite inspiring, and a lot of people might get a little kick under themselves and just, go and do it now.
That's it. Yeah, get out there and do it.
Remarkable. Well, thanks so much, Kevin.
For having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Remarkable story. I love that story. Okay, so really quick, again, that was Kevin at Nelson, zelfaudio.com or zelfaudio@aol.com if you want to reach him. So we have a special show this Friday. Typically our shows are Tuesday nights. We have a special show this Friday. I was just too excited about this guest. I'm like, okay, when are you available? Just anytime. So it's this Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time or noon Eastern time. Brent Pullman is the guest. He is marketing genius. He's a director of marketing at a multi-million-dollar company in, I think, Nebraska. This guy is amazing. I've been following his blog for years. He is just remarkable. I just can't say enough about him. So stay tuned with that. The product that we're going to feature on this special episode on Friday is FitZ Foods. And this is food that I'm not sure how she prepares it. We'll find out and talk to her then. But she mails the food. So I had my meals mailed to me. So I don't have to worry about cooking them. They're like TV dinners, but they're very healthy. They're all organic. They're gluten-free. They're vegan if you need it, whatever. So we're going to have Brent Pullman and FitZ Foods this Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. So I want to thank everyone for watching. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can get all the links and contact information for our guest tonight and our product at Small Businesses Do It Better or sbdib.com. So thank you for watching.